Hi guys, welcome back to another game of Starcraft commentary. This is Namcrap and we're at the second set of the series between Keyword 8 and Angdduk Tteokbokki. And this is going to be the captain of Keyword 8, Light, going up against another Terran player, Rush. This is going to be TVT, and these two players are kings of TVT. I mean, they're very strong. Light is probably #1 Terran player right now, and Rush is also very much up there. And this map is going to be Sylphide, a 3-player map with no ramp into your main, and quite kind of intricate center. And there's a lot of army movement, turning for positions and stuff like that. So going for TVT is going to be, I think, rather not inclined for long games because there's only 3 bases. So whichever Terran player is able to secure a little bit of positional advantage is going to have a higher base counts. On the other hand, your expansion and also your main have ridges and a lot of large spaces all around. So wait, do they have ridges on this map? We'll have to see. My knowledge of New Sylphide is not as good as before, but anyways, there's a lot of dropship plays expected to be very heavy on this map. So the first game between these two teams is rather short and sweet, so you can go ahead and check out the link to that game in the video description. So it was uninspiring for me, to say the least. So actually today's series, the series before this series, was also not very interesting unfortunately. So I hope that we were gonna have a very good TVT, because in game 9 that was played just a few hours ago between Cario and Sunny Skewer Chickens, one of the TBT games was quite awesome. I mean, it's not like the best TBT game of this year, but it's drawn out with very action packed all the way to the end, and some very heavyweight units whose names I won't name. You can go ahead and check out in my ASTL playlist. And anyways, just to kind of shamelessly advertise a little bit. I have started to stream broodwar with this channel, so in another channel. So please check for the link to my channel in the video description. If you could just take a minute to click the subscribe button. I won't promise I won't spam you with stupid stuff. It's only broodwar games that I cast, so that you can receive notifications for my future casts. And also, I made a Facebook group, called Broodwar Forever. You can go ahead and look for Broodwar Forever in Facebook groups, and you'll be able to find it. The link is also in this video's description. And I hope that we can have kind of a community, because I mean, we have Team Wicked, but we don't have any groups on Facebook. I noticed we might have some for each country or something like that, but just for everyone who love Broodwar in general, it's we don't have. So that's very unfortunate. So if you're interested, please go ahead and join that group. And anyways, back to this game. So it looks like we have completely mirror built at this point, except that Light, the red Terran player at the bottom right corner, has his gas up a little bit faster, but he's not mining the full capacity. Only one SCV mining there for now. And 2 Marine from Light is chasing this SCV around from Rush, and Rush is getting as much intel as he wants, whereas his SCV is still funneling in the dark. It's making its way into the top position right now, and it's going to find that there's 1 Marine waiting for him, 2 Marines waiting for him, and is he going to be able to go in and check that? Rush has made an expansion. We'll see. Maybe he risks just losing the SCV to get the scout off. Yeah, and he goes in, and he goes into the base as well. So it was a bit unfortunate by Rush that he was not able to stop that SCV by positioning his Marine a little bit more to the left side. But yeah, now it looks like some blue stuff is moving back, so that's just an SCV from Rush just escaping. And it looks like the barracks from Light is very early and is going to be able to get into the base of Rush very quickly. And I was very surprised that Rush has decided to put his barracks a little bit on the left side. Does it feel that he's afraid of vultures run by? Yeah, I think that's probably the reason. Yeah, okay, so I'm sorry guys. I was not knowledgeable enough. So it looks like Rush has a vision advantage. He was able to scout, and he was able to get his command center up earlier than Light. This is how Light was able to apply pressure with this one vulture, and his second vulture is coming out. And that is that add-on spinning for tank siege. That would be one good option. But it looks like we have some kind of sneaky build over here for Rush. Is it just 3 factories? I was thinking maybe he's gonna go for double starport or something like that. But no. And now it looks like Light has also saturated his base, so he's just a little bit behind economic now, not so much. But he's gonna have the army advantage and the map control for just some time now, guys. His one vouchers is pounding away at that barracks. His other vouchers is running around in the map, looking for random stray units, maybe a hidden building or something like that. But he found nothing. So where are those Marines going? I guess they're going into the main to clear out this barracks. Yeah. So now it looks like Rush is content that his base is secure. So he's gonna move his Marines back. Tanks are coming up from Light, and I believe that was siege that was done. So if that was in this siege, and oh, I guess it's mine because look at that. Look at the south side of Russia's expansion. It's been mined up. So yeah, that was the mine, which was the first upgrade coming in from Light, and yeah, so not very much exciting stuff happening for now. Both players are just content to building up their armies. Is that going to be also mine research happening for Rush over there? And Rush has it been an academy yet? No, neither of the players have decided to go for academy, and looks like Rush hasn't taken his gas even. And so is oh my so the first thing that he researched, I think Rush was speed, voucher speed. It was not mine. So he's gonna stream out with a group of 7, 8 vouchers, and he's gonna be looking to do some damage. But look at this Light. Light has very good vision of the map, so he knows exactly where Russia's armies are coming from, and he's correctly positioned to counter any kind of attack coming from Rush. Yeah, looks like Russia decided to go for mass vouchers out of 4 factories. Only three of them don't have an add-on, so it's just purely producing vouchers. And Light is thinking more of the heavy thinking of the long game, and he started to make tanks instead. So tanks will be more important at this point. Look at this, it's very good choke. But at that position, I would say that Rush has a better way to kind of surround the army of Light. But I guess he decided not to engage, and he's contented to make an armory and academy just to go for the long game and start to build up the upgrades. Looks like Light is going for the academy as well. Finally, Rush has decided to take his second gas. A group of vultures are just looking around for some openings, laying some mines, getting some visions. Armories has already started spinning for Light. He's going for the early going for the early upgrade advantage. And looks like Rush has not started his his upgrades for the armory, so he's going to be a little bit behind in terms of upgrades later when the time comes. One vulture out of position from Light gets picked up, but these huge vultures coming in and they get sandwiched in the middle. But who has the better angle? It looks like Light has more army, so I think Rush should just move up to the ramp and just try to defend from there. But no, he decided I'm confident enough he can engage. But yeah, he finally had to back up on the ramp, and he's gonna move around, and this base is gonna get denied. Except that these tanks are coming in for the rescue. Very good scanned, and is he going to be able to force a cancel on that command center? No, that command center lives. He tries to move forward, but he's got to be careful, Rush, because there's a lot of mines. It looks like both of the players have started their third CC in about the same time. The upgrade from Light is slightly earlier at this point. So if he time it right, he will be able to make a very powerful attack with his upgraded army later. The vultures are Light are just moving around trying to clear some area. Is he going to be able to move his tanks up and start to establish a soft contain on Russia's troops? Looks like neither of the players are doing a kind of a heavy pressure at this point. They are both just sort of solidifying their own positions, get their third bases up, and probably setting up for the fourth base as well. 4, 5, 6, 5 factories from Rush. Okay, so it looks like siege is done for light, and he's gonna be the one that has the first move advantage. He sieges first, and he lays claim to this area in the middle of the map. You see, this map is very, very wide open, and all of the terrain you can build turrets. I think some of them you can build turrets, like the green area. So dropship plays and good army movement around would be important in the mid game. So looking at the way that the map is split up, looks like Light is hoping he could take the 6 o'clock, the 7 o'clock, and the 3 o'clock. And Rush is hoping that he could take the 2 o'clock, the 11 o'clock, the 10 o'clock, and if he can get the 9 o'clock, he automatically gets the 7 o'clock. At 8 o'clock. So we're going to see how is the army of the both sides going to engage and how they decide to split the map later. Okay, very, very good scan. Wow, that's just amazing scan from Light, able to see both of the starports spinning when he sees that there are no add-on on neither of the starports. Okay, 4th command center going up for Light at the 9 o'clock position. He's got vision on the choke just right outside with a lot of mines. So if any units from Light from Rush moves to that area, then Light will be able to detect and he will be able to react accordingly. Okay, it looks like Light has this high ground. And these vultures from Light needs to attack. Yeah, they're not attacking and they have the worst angle from that engagement. So it looks like Rush is able to claim this high ground. Is he going to siege? Yeah, so he siege exactly here. And these vultures are moving back. Oh my god. Those two Goliaths are almost dead with just 1 HP left. And he should send to SCV to repair those two Goliaths immediately. So let's count the number of bases that both of these players have at this point. We have Light have his main, his expansion, his 3rd base, and then the 4th base is at the 3 o'clock position. But hold that thought, guys, because we have a major battle coming from both sides. Goliaths and Tang and Vultures against Wraiths and Tang and Vultures. And it looks like at the end of that battle, none of the players are able to make significant grounds. This is like a trench warfare in World War I, guys. I mean, I would say that Light had a better trade there. Light was able to kill a lot of expensive units, expensive tanks from Rush, but that is not the end by any means. And it looks like Rush is able to saturate his 4th expansion. Light has built his saturating his 4th expansion and also making his 5th expansion. So, as I was telling to you, the way that this map is split up, Light, if he can hold that critical high ground position near the expansion that is just outside of the empty player slots expansion, then he automatically gets the 2 bases behind it, I would say. So it's very, very important that Light have to be aware of that, and he needs to think about how he can position his army and where his army should be moving. If he wants to secure a victory in the mid to long game, mid to late game. Yeah, so it looks like Rush, even though he has 1 more base, is slightly behind in supply. Both players have, established a position in the middle, and neither of the players have decided to move through. When you play TBT, it's very, very costly to push to the middle to this no man's land like this without the support of without the support of dropship. Wow, look this guy's Rush going for his 6th base. He's building his 6th base, and Light is still on 4th basis, and he's looking for a place to strike. He is constantly scanning, so he is probably aware, exactly where Rush is building his expansion, and he's moving his troops. So look at this, guys. A lot of troops is going through this area, but they immediately get scouted by some mines, and they're going to move up this ramp, and they're going to try to attack the 9 o'clock position. Yeah, that is exactly the destination, and look at this. Rush is scrambling to get some defenses up because he doesn't want to lose that base, and he's going to be on a low ground, but he needs siege. He is sieging, but he drives this army back. Yeah, these vultures need to move back, but anyways, it looks like Rush now is on the lower ground with no vision, and Goliaths they need to be doing something, but these vultures are running around, and where's this group of Wraith going? And they're trying to hide. They're trying to hide, but that one Goliath is gonna be able to repel these Valkyries and these Wraiths. Yeah, as we saw in the TBT game in the previous series, Game 9, between who were the two players, Karario and let me just quickly check for you, Karayo and Sinescu Chickens. When you play TBT and you have superior Valkyries, Michael, it's very, very good because Valkyries do heavy damage to the raids. And so this is what the strategy that it looks like these two players are trying to employ, just using a lot of Valkyries. But hold that thought, guys, because it looks like Rush is trying to bust this base. A lot of tanks moving in, and they are sieged correctly, and the vultures provide a lot of support. And he needs to lay some mines on top of this ramped Rush, but no, he's not able to lay some mines, and at least it provides vision, and Rush was shelling a little bit this base at the 9 o'clock position. And looks like Light is moving in. He's clearing this expansion. This is something that you rarely do as a Terran versus Terran player because you're gonna trade a lot worse compared to your enemy. But it looks like Light doesn't care. He goes in and now he definitely can secure that base. But Rush has taken. Look at this. He's taken his 6th base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whereas it looks like Light is still on 4 bases. He's floating his command center to the 5th base right now, located at the 7 o'clock position, and he's gonna have to clear some mines. Yeah, these vultures are coming in and hoping to clear some mines, but okay, so it looks like Light is also taking an expansion right here on the high ground. So the question is, it's just a short distance to go into the base at the 9 o'clock and at the 8 o'clock position. So he can try that. But look at this, guys. Rush is cleverly positioning his army like over on this side to deny that base. And these tanks are moving forward. They have a kind of grip on this entrance, I guess. Yeah, so all of this time that Rush was spending a lot of money to set up these turrets, they didn't pay out for him because now the Army of Light is is in the backside of Rush's expansion. Looks like Rush is going for counter drop of himself. He has 2 dropships, but now Light has 4 dropships. The supply is very similar, guys. Both of the players have near 200 supply. This command center is gonna be forced to cancel. He need to cancel the command center. Okay, another drop here, but looks like Light has more drop ships and a better army. That tank is a little bit too far forward and it immediately gets killed. But at least Light is, preventing Rush to take this expansion. Because if he can take this expansion, his Rush is going to be ahead economically massively compared to Light. Yeah, it looks like Light is moving his army to try to reinforce this 7 and 8 o'clock positions, and so is Rush. Rush is doing exactly the same thing. Let's take a look at the upgrades. So it looks like Rush has +2 weapons upgrade, and there's gonna be a heavy drop coming from Light. He's moving armies in from various angles. He loses 1 dropship. No, he doesn't lose the second dropship, but now he has at least an arc to defend. This tank needs to siege. They siege, but yeah, it's very, very good. And are these drops going to drop? They drop, and they drop just outside of the base. And this forward tank is going to face is going to face pressure. So clutch defending from Rush. That tank line is just enough now to get his base under siege, and it looks like Light is attacking in the middle. This is what a good player Light is. He just multitasks much better than the other 10 players. He's attacking, harassing, moving his tank, and readjusting his army positions, building raids, building Valkyries and stuff like that. Okay, it looks like the tanks from Rush from the high ground is going to secure this base for him. This is good positioning from Light. If you cannot take a base, at least make sure your opponent cannot take a bases. But look at this, guys. Rush with a huge drop fleet. That is 11 dropship. I've never seen that many dropships before. Which base is going to pick? There's a lot of bases he could pick. Okay, all of the the starport are producing dropship from both players, and it looks like Light is the one that who reinforces first. No, they don't exactly reinforce. They just kind of lay around. But these armies, are they moving in? We'll see. They have kind of back up, and they're going to load the tanks. And yeah, good scan from Light. Scan is Light is able to see that there's a lot of stuff inside the dropship, and we're going to see a major battle very very soon. Unless no, it looks like Russia's content is to take the base right outside, and he's not going to venture anymore, and he's going to go for counter attack instead. Yeah, both of the players are juggling for positions, not engaging in major battles in the last 1-2 minutes already. And at this rate, their supply is going to stay exactly at 200, and the minerals and gas are going to just keep on shooting up. But look at this, guys. We have a huge drop coming from the blue Terran player Rush, and he's gonna drop where? He's gonna unload which dropship is going to unload first, because whoever unloads first is gonna win. He doesn't unload. He unloads first, so it looks like Rush unloads first. But look at this. Light is going for a counter. Light is going in for a counter directly in the throat of Rush. But these tanks are on the high ground, and there's still 3 more tanks on the high ground coming from Rush. And it looks like Light should just move in. Yeah, this is the right move to do. Don't attack. Don't engage. Don't try to save your base. Just move in and destroy whatever you can. And it looks like at least these tanks from Russia is able to deny Light's fifth expansion. And are they going to drop more in the main? We're going to see the SCVs are moving, the Goliaths are moving, the Goliath is focus fire. The Goliath is able to focus fire, but there's just so much army from the blue Terran player that that I would say the Light is in a lot of trouble. But as I say that, all of these armies that Rush just dropped on Light's main just evaporated. But on the other hand, Light is in the face of Russia's main. He is hitting the factories. He's, oh my God! I think, how did this happen? Light had just his army outside, but for some reason he decided to move in. Anyways, very good bust from Rush, but is that enough? Is that enough to bust his position? Because his factories are burning like crazy. And if, yeah, exactly, Light just reinforces with more troops, then Rush won't have any problem. Rush decided, I'm gonna abandon my outside bases and I'm just gonna go and save my main instead. And this leaves his other bases like the 9 o'clock and the 8 o'clock position very very vulnerable. And looks like Rush is gonna drop and clear out all of these tanks. Very very good, but at what cost? Because now it looks like Light is all over the map. And look at this, guys. That base at the 2 o'clock position, normally it is the property of the player at the top position, but now, because Light has such a good advantage of the denying Rush's failed drop, and also that Light moved to Russia's main and just everybody's ass, just killed so many armies. And okay, let's see what else is happening on these games, guys. It looks like Light has decided to drop at this left side of the map just to clear out some infrastructure and just to keep Rush distracted. And this is his forte. He's able to micromanagement and multitask and move armies to different locations of the map, and it's very very easy for him. And look at this, guys. It looks like now Rush is down to just 4 bases mining, because his 11 o'clock position is lifted already because tanks are sieging there. And now, oh my God, these tanks are moving in from Light, but at least Rush still have 2 tanks, but very very good focus fire. And this base is gonna fall, and Rush will soon be down to just 2 base mining. And he's desperately trying to reposition his army, move them to different location, and the 11 o'clock position is going to fall as well unless these tanks can do something. At least they are sieged before. And they are able to inflict as much damage as possible, but that is not enough, because these tanks are shelling the SCV, they're shelling the base, and immediately Light Rush has said, I have to unsiege, and why would they unsiege? But I have to lift the the command center, and at least he's able to get this base down, this base at the 11 o'clock position mining again. But look at Light. So how many bases does Light have mining? He has one, two, three at the 6 o'clock, four at the left side, this one, and then fifth at the 3 o'clock position. And he's setting up this base, his sixth base. So that is a good move because right now he has, I would say, have a slightly lead in supply and also in army position. Look at this, guys. So Rush goes in for a drop, and he's able to clear out a lot of these tanks. They are all over the tanks, and yes, they clear some of the tanks. But I think during that trade, Light was the player that traded better, and now Rush is going to try to do another drop. Where is he going to drop? Because all of the positions uh, from Light is secure. Oh my god, he loses one dropship. Let's look at the supply, guys. Light is 140 supply and Rush is only 100. So, but now Rush drops here on the high ground, but he's immediately sandwiched. His armies is found sandwiched between different teams, and I think that's it. That's gonna be GG, guys. Rush loses his entire fleet of dropship. He loses his entire army, and he's down on bases. His bases are under siege. His only one base that is kind of still mining is the 11 o'clock position, and now Light is sending his entire army over, and that is the signal for GG. Rush loses this game, guys, and Light brings keyword 8 back 1-1 in this series. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.